Thank you for visiting Youtique Bridal. In this tutorial, we will transform these plain shoes into these gold shoes adorned with flower petals and pyramid trims. So here are the ordinaries you will need in order to complete this project. If you need more time, feel free to press pause and review the list. First, you're going to lay the shoe onto the newspaper and then just trace the outside of the shoe to get the shape of the sole. Next, cut out the shape and then just place it inside the insole of the shoe. To stabilize the newspaper inside the shoe, I just rolled up a piece of tape and then just taped it down. Next, I'm going to tape the inside of the straps and then crumple up a piece of newspaper and place it inside of the shoe. Now go to a well-ventilated area and read the instructions on the spray paint can. Shake the bottle and start spray painting the shoes. When you are done painting, allow it to dry. I gave it about 15 minutes. Now you can remove all the newspapers from the shoe, and we are now ready to add the new strap. For this part, I recommend putting on the shoes and then just marking it where it meets the shoe strap on top and then where it meets the shoe at the bottom. For the top of the ribbon trim, I had about 1.5 inches of ribbon at the top. And then for the bottom portion, I had about 2.5 inches of extra ribbon. Next, we're going to glue on the ribbon trim. And basically, I'm just going to wrap it around the strap of the shoe and make sure that the markings match up. Now I'm going to glue the bottom portion of the ribbon trim onto the shoe by bringing it under the shoe straps and now adding glue to the top of the shoe straps and then bringing the ribbon over. Now add glue to the remaining trim and then just tuck it in between the shoe straps. And then to further secure it, just add glue in between the straps and the ribbon trim. And now to add the pyramid trim, I'm just going to lay it on top of the ribbon and measure out how long I would need the pyramid trim to be. Now just cut it and then glue it onto the ribbon. Now to see how long of the pyramid trim I need for the side, I'm just going to lay it on the side, cut it, and then glue it. For the other side, I'm just going to measure it up to the hole, cut it, and glue it. And we are now ready to add the pyramid trim to the back of the shoe. Now for the back of the shoes, I'm going to measure the length needed, and then I'm just going to cut out 2 columns of the pyramid trim. Next, glue it on by aligning it with the center of the shoe. Now for the next column, I'm just going to cut 1 less pyramid trim and then glue it to each side. Again, for the next column, 1 less pyramid trim and then glue it to each side. I'm basically forming a step ladder down until I cover up the back of the shoe. And finally, the last one is glued on, and you are complete with the pyramid trim. And we are now ready to add the flower petals for the finishing touch. So first, I'm just going to remove the flowers from the stems and then just take it apart. Next, we're going to cut out 2 petals so we can glue that to the top of the shoe. So first, I'm going to add glue to the pointed half of the petal and then lay it on to one side of the shoe strap. Now add glue to the rest of the flower petal and then lay it down on the straps. Repeat this process for the other side. Now you're going to cut up 14 more flower petals, but now you're going to cut it up into a circular shape by cutting off the pointed end. Next, we will be manipulating the flower petal shape by adding glue to the center, fold it in half. Now add an L-shaped glue pattern and then fold that petal in half, and now you have a new shaped petal. Repeat this process for the rest of the 13 flower petals. And we are now ready to glue it onto the shoe. We will be gluing a mirror image of the flower petals to each side. So I'm going to start by gluing the first petal on the left side. Now glue a mirror image of it on the right side. Now glue a petal next to the very first petal we glued on. Glue a mirror image of that to the other side. Since the shoe gets wider, we're going to add 2 petals next to each other. Repeat for the other side. Again, do 2 flower petals right next to each other, and repeat for the other side. To finish off each side, we're just going to add 1 final flower petal. Repeat this process for the other shoe, and you are complete. Here's the mirror image flower pattern I used. Well, you just transformed some plain shoes into something with a feminine and edgy touch. Well, thank you for visiting. I hope you got inspired to create something extraordinary out of the ordinary. If you would like to learn how to make a floral birdcage headband or find out more about the $50 gown challenge, please click on one of the gold glitter buttons.